Hi everyone. My presentation for the final project is Ethical Dilemma, Large Business in a Small Community. This is ending and following up my topic, which I've covered the entire semester, being business administration. Basically the actions made by companies and models and plans which they take in their business ventures. So looking at the overview of our problem, I created a situation from my proposal being a well-known pharmaceutical company purchases a large amount or parcel of land located in a small rural area community to build a manufacturing facility. Just the preface before going any further, the actions were approved by town officials, and it's because it was seen as a beneficial, it would benefit both parties, being the company is able to put their plant factory there, and the town has residents able to get employment and basically just job openings for the community. Now, an unprecedented consequence of this is the local population was lacking employment skills. The residents there didn't have academic skills required to fit into any of the positions. And the residents are unable to acquire this experience due to lack of job experience or on-the-job training, which you can rarely get without being in the actual factory facility. Now, there have been previous solutions. One in particular, the most famous one being the local community college began a 2-year program with the goals of supplying a skilled workforce for the new industry. And this, off the bat, it faced a lot of challenges, being, as you would see in a regular community college or a regular university, low enrollment in classes and a high cost of running the program, meaning a high cost for the people attending it. And some of the reasons for the low enrollment rate are there was a lack of academic preparation, as some of these students had never been in a higher level environment like this, and a basic inability to pass the tests to get into the program. Now, the proposition, which we are planning to put into effect, begins with creating a committee of stakeholders, meaning basically a consulting board, which include members of the community, the academic world, schools, industry. An example of stakeholders that you might find among the community being human resource people from the pharmaceutical company, representatives from the community college, university representatives, and town officials and citizens. The goal of this committee is to identify unfilled jobs and determine what degree needs to be offered to fulfill and make it happen. Different from the one we've seen before, being it's more personalized to the jobs and to the people, meaning you're able to get a more personalized education, which we'll cover later. And the venues for improvement, on-the-job training for community college students, and apprenticeships for high school students. Now, getting into the specifics of the program, or the course of action, it works across various fields, various entities. We see community college instructors and pharmaceutical company managers working together, which was not seen in the local community college program, with access to the technology at the manufacturing facility for these students to get more on-the-job experience. Students willing to fast-track their way into a company, meaning instead of going through a community college program, they're able to do this out of high school through programs such as apprenticeships. And the way to get the word out on this program is just a mass advertising to be done throughout the community, starting in like K-12 schools, libraries, community colleges, churches, where you see a lot of people gather. And various options are available: certifications, apprenticeships, preparations for exams, longer academic tracks. There's a lot of jobs within factories that require more training and more experience, and we find you're able to do this through longer tracks, possibly transferring over to universities, getting education that you might not find just because due to just facilities and what is possible at a community college. The feasibility. The current situation we're faced with being the local community college is not advantageous at all. Residents cannot get the industry credentials to enter the field, meaning there's a lot of unemployment. The situation will lead to the county and adjacent areas to go up in price as new talent will be invited by the pharmaceutical companies to fill the jobs, meaning you're going to see a lot of local businesses, a lot of local area probably get overtaken. And it is in the best interest of the community and the stakeholders to have local talent that can help both the area's employment and the company's search for qualified workforce, as it will be easily available. Now finally, as we look to our call to action, the community needs its talent. It needs local talent. It needs it to be educated, developed, and, if possible, cultivated. The low academic achievement is detrimental to the growth of the economy. There's a possibility for a brain drain. People are no longer motivated to go after these positions due to just mindset that they are unable to. The course of action, overall, it'll ensure a bright future for the community. All stakeholders involved in the process should be invested in the best interest of the community. And finally, something that we can do is we can make sure that many more people would like to call this place home in the near future, while our current residents are capable of applying for the jobs available to them. As you can see, my models are not from like an outside source. They're from within the Smart Art on the presentation. And yeah, thank you.